All right, welcome back, everybody. I just want to do an update, a quick update. I don't usually go live at this time of day, but I thought it would be good to come on here and just take a look at what's going on because I think this is a kind of a shift point or a time in this race where you see there's kind of like an inflection point, is the phrase I guess I'm looking for. But I've started to see things changing big time. So we have a lot of interesting information that's come out today. The first thing I want to look at is the poly market betting odds. This is where the money thinks things are going. So just a reminder, this is not polling data, but we see 51% for Trump, 47% for Harris. You remember this was pretty much tied 50-50 or 50-49. It was kind of on a razor's edge before. But now you're seeing big numbers for Trump, or at least kind of the gap widening a little bit. So, and I think a lot of that is due to the Pennsylvania numbers. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we can look at Nate Silver. Let's go to Twitter page here, and I just retweeted it out. Let me see here. If you look at this, is Nate Silver's forecast. Trump has now a 57% chance of winning. This is his highest chance of winning since July 31st. And that was in the aftermath of the attempt on Trump's life. So you see how this polling is starting to shift. Let's look at this. This is in the swing states. This is the chance of winning. This is, once again, this is not the actual polls. So when you see 57-43, that does not mean Trump is winning 57% to 43% in the polls. The polls are very, very close. In fact, there are still many polls showing Trump behind in Pennsylvania, but behind by a very, very slim margin. So if we look at it, Pennsylvania, 57%, Georgia, 64%. That's a huge number. That's a huge lead he has in the betting odds, or in the chance of winning, I should say. Arizona, 67%, North Carolina, 70%, Nevada, 57% chance of winning. He's really starting to open up a pretty big lead here. And overall electoral college probability, 56.7%, Harris, 43%. And if we look here, this is the big story right here. I mean, if we look, August 14th, Harris 56%, Trump 42%. This is when they were all excited and they were all pumped, saying that it's over and you know, we're so glad we pulled Biden out because Harris is the best candidate ever. Well, it looks like the honeymoon is over. August 31st, that went to 55% for Trump, 44% for Harris. And that was late last week heading into Labor Day weekend. So a lot of people really didn't kind of realize what was going on there. I don't think so. It started to shift before Labor Day weekend. Now it has shifted pretty significantly. And this is where we're at. I mean, look at that. Look at that chart. That's a huge change in the percentage. Now we look at the popular vote probability, 60% for Harris, 40% for Trump. For Trump to be having a 40% chance of winning the popular vote, that is still pretty substantial. That's still pretty impactful, because we kind of know, let me make sure my mic's working here. We kind of know that Trump's probability of winning the Electoral College has always been pretty low, right? And it's low because of California. It's low because of Illinois and New York. But when we look at this, him having a 40% chance of winning the Electoral College, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for where we stand right now. But the main number and the big number is this one, 56-43. He's opened up a big lead in this Electoral College probability. A lot of this, I think, stems from Pennsylvania. He's doing a lot better in Pennsylvania, and specifically among white men. And this has been talked about, kind of gone under the radar a little bit, but I think Nate Silver's been talking about it. I think Jake Tapper even mentioned it, that Trump is sort of starting to gain in Pennsylvania because Harris's message, or Harris's personality, is not landing with white men in Pennsylvania the same way as the Scranton Joe personality did. Now, that whole thing was probably a farce anyway. Scranton Joe, Scranton Joe, Scranton Joe. It's all we heard about. But at the same time, it seemed to work because he did much better in Pennsylvania than Hillary Clinton did. But let's look at the Pennsylvania polling. Let's just check it out quickly where we're at. They still have Harris leading 48 to 46, but the gap has narrowed and it started to close. As you can see here, she had maybe a comfortable lead, 47, 46, but it's kind of started to close. And it's more specifically not just this overall poll, but there were polls before showing her leading, I think, by 3-4 points, some of them. And now that's significantly tightened up. So I just wanted to talk about those couple things. Trump has gone up in the polling market odds. He's gone up in the Nate Silver odds. And if you look state by state here, Arizona leading by 1, Florida, I don't know the word about Florida, I don't think. Georgia, pretty much tied. Michigan down by 1 or 2. Minnesota, I think it's going to go blue. Nevada down by 1. New Hampshire, I don't think I have to worry about New Hampshire. And my recent, if you go watch my Electoral College prediction, which I just posted, I didn't even have New Hampshire as a toss-up. I will say, though, let's go back to New Hampshire. I will say, though, that, oh, you're not even seeing what I'm sorry. Let me share this tab. New Hampshire, Kamala Harris went to New Hampshire. People haven't figured out why. She went to New Hampshire for some reason. And there's speculation that they may be concerned about New Hampshire, or they've got some polling that maybe spooked them there. Either way, they're in New Hampshire. But you see the polling here, Trump 44, basically 45. So basically a 50-45 race in New Hampshire with her leading by 2. Close to New Hampshire in 2016, not so close in 2020. But New Hampshire on my Electoral College, I didn't even have it as a toss-up. But that might need to change if we start to see indications that things are happening there. North Carolina, 48-48, basically a tie. Pennsylvania, 48-46, starting to narrow. Virginia, I think Virginia's probably going to go blue. Wisconsin, 49-46. For some reason, Wisconsin's been a tough state for Trump. Of the Rust Belt states, probably been the toughest that he's dealing with. So you look at it, and it's you would think it's a state that's more rural, and it would be more favorable to him. Remember, he won it very narrowly in 2016. Let's take a look at the Electoral College map. This is what I just posted on my prediction. I might as well share it with you guys now. But this is how I see the map playing out right now, as we stand right now. Now, there are some people saying, you could take away Arizona here. There are some people saying that this is Trump's strategy. 1 second here. Not used to this map. Trump's strategy looks something like this, and to tack on Arizona, maybe keep this this one here in Nebraska. Could be, but I think you got to win Arizona just for reassurance. So right now, I think this is how it's looking. New Hampshire, again, I don't know. Nevada could go either way. Get some insurance there, but Democrats somehow find a way to win that. So really, it comes down to this, right? I mean, Trump can do it without, and I'm trying to remember how I had it here, because I did have Trump winning without. No, I think this is how I had it. This is how I had it. I had it with Arizona and then Georgia and Pennsylvania. But there was a scenario where he just needed Georgia and Pennsylvania. Let me play around with this for a second here. I guess that would be maybe if he held this one in Nebraska. No, because he didn't. He had Maine 2. There's something here I'm missing. 269, 265. There must be something that I have that I don't have accounted for here, because when I was counting it last night, I thought, wow, there's a chance that he can do this. But I guess they had him with winning Maine, where he just needed Georgia and Pennsylvania. But that's kind of a more risky scenario. I see it more going like this, the way I had it today. I see it going like that more so because then we have Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania. Those are basically the ones he needs to focus on. Nevada is like the one that got away all the time. So I think these are the ones he needs to focus on. North Carolina, people are kind of worried about North Carolina. I don't really think there's much reason to worry about North Carolina. I think North Carolina is probably gonna go Republican, probably gonna go for Trump. So that's about it. I just wanted to update everybody on that because I think these are interesting polls coming in that are pretty favorable to Trump. Trump did appear today, by the way, on on the Lex Friedman podcast. I have watched probably 3/4 of it. Let's check out Rasmussen. Okay, Rasmussen's site sucks. Like I don't know why they make it so difficult. Let me show you this. This is the history of the betting odds. As you see, this is like when Biden was dropping out, assassination attempt. Tightens up, back and forth, seesawing. So this is where we stand now. I mean, this is even their map. They go Wisconsin 56% for Harris. I don't know why, but Wisconsin's a tough state for him. So I'm thinking Wisconsin blue. Honestly, I'm thinking exactly the way this map looks. And if you go and look at the one I have, that's what it looks like. I may as well talk about some stuff while we're live here. I wanted to address this because I think it's kind of indicative of kind of the problem we're having in the conservative movement, as we call it. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay, you know what? Let's take a look. Before we do that, let's take a look at the Trafalgar polls because I just saw this. This is Trafalgar and Insider Advantage. 7 battleground states suggest Trump could win the election with 269 electoral votes. Trafalgar, by the way, just to say, first of all, Trafalgar is typically more Trump leaning. So just keep that in mind. But they're pretty fair. They're pretty on it. So Michigan, Trump 47% to 46% for Harris. Pennsylvania, Trump 47, Harris 45. Wisconsin, Trump 47, Harris 46. Arizona, Trump 49, Harris 48. Nevada, Trump 48, Harris 47. North Carolina 49 for Trump, 48 for Harris. Once again, I think Trump's leading by more than that in North Carolina. And then Georgia and Harris leading 48 to 47. So Georgia continues to be a tough one for him. Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. Do I want to talk about this now? I don't think I'm going to talk about this now. I just wanted to come on and do an update, but it's just funny. Tim Pool posted this last night. Haha, these guys are going to find out why they call it Chirac. And I'm thinking, like, really? So now we're in favor of gangs in Chicago now fighting Venezuelans because we don't want illegal. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, so that's the main reason I wanted to come on here was to just update you on what's going on. Lots of good polling today for Trump, and this is significant. Like, if you're looking at this, and this is Nate Silver, this is a guy who's not like going to be accused of being for Trump or anything. I mean, this is a guy who was like the Obama wonder boy. 2008, 2012, predicted both elections down to the state. I think he got one state wrong. He got 2016 wrong, but not as wrong as everyone else did. And as I remind everybody, I think Nate Silver had Trump at a 30-something% chance of winning in 2016, while the New York Times and everyone else had him at like a 1% chance. Now he has Trump at 56%, 56.7, basically 57%. Predicted popular vote share, 50 for Harris, 48.8 for Trump. I think that's his magic number. I think he needs 48% in the popular vote to win, because 47 typically isn't enough. He got 47 last time around. 47. He got 46 in 2016 and he won, but he did that because Hillary Clinton only got 48%. Third party candidates and whatever else too. So that all factors in. So anyway, I had nothing planned, no show planned or anything. I just want to pop on for a second and just update because I think it was good news for him. And so we'll see where it goes. We'll keep you updated. Once again, I made my electoral college prediction, so please go watch that. Please subscribe, please like, please follow me on X, and I will see you when I see you. I'll try and do a stream tonight. If not tomorrow night, I'm going to continue to post videos throughout. We'll be following things in the lead up to the debate. So thank you all, and I will see you all very soon.